Early on Fox tonight, multiple law enforcement agencies are searching for two young women.
They're accused of committing a string of robberies in 3 different counties in a span of about 4 hours. Fox 26's Randy Wallace joins us live from HPD headquarters downtown. Randy.
Yeah, Anthony. Now, investigators say the robbers, ages 20 and 23, have no problem hurting somebody to get what they want. In a breaking bond report last month, we told you about 26-year-old Aubrey Donnell Davis.
Miss Aubrey Davis had been arrested 30-something times.
Davis had the most bonds we had ever seen, 16 in about a year's time.
For this individual to have this many bonds in a year is astounding.
Police say Davis and Tyra Dale Goff ran over a Subway employee who chased after them following a robbery.
Goff was the operator of the vehicle. Davis was the passenger.
The 20-year-old Goff, who's been arrested more than 20 times, is now wanted in a string of robberies with this woman, Aaliyah Michelle Dews. Dews has active warrants in Harris County for violent offenses.
One involving a family member that she struck with a hammer, and then another one where she confronted her ex-boyfriend's current girlfriend and fired a weapon at him and her.
During a robbery in the Woodlands, police say the pair assaulted a woman at 6 a.m. as she walked into her job.
They physically assaulted her, took her purse and a lot of other personal belongings.
Within minutes, the women are seen using the victim's credit cards at multiple locations in Harris County. 3.5 hours later, the pair allegedly robbed an 81-year-old woman in Pearland.
Taking her purse from her, striking her in the face and dragging her across the parking lot before people intervened on her behalf to help her.
Authorities say these two women committed 10 felonies across 3 different counties in a span of just 4 hours.
They're not afraid to hit somebody with a car. In the case in Pearland or wherever, they're not afraid to use physical force on an elderly person. In our case, our girl was in her early 20s or wherever. They were not afraid to blitz attack her, just her simply walking into her job.
Now, if you come in contact with Goff or Dews, police say don't confront them due to their violent tendencies. Instead, call your local law enforcement agency or Crime Stoppers. Reporting live from downtown, Randy Wallace, Fox 26 News.
These women are going all out on being a gangster or perpetuating the gangster persona based around women. Women have typically been the more reliable side of the species, to where you can feel comfortable around them. You can be in a room full of women and not really feel threatened for your life. Now things have changed. These women are out here are really dangerous, for a lack of a better word. I mean, most of these females that you see in this video, because it's 3 of them, I think it's 3, two of them look alike, but the big light-skinned girl, I would be afraid to come across her in a dark alley, because I know she's about throwing them hands. She's big, she's huge, intimidating. She has every mugshot looks worse than the other one, so she's been through some things in life. She's one bad day away from laying somebody out completely to where they don't get up again. I don't want that. I don't want to be bothered with these kind of women, these she-males who are part female, part male. And I know that's something bad to say about them, but I'm not trying to really come across as somebody who's knocking down females. I'm just saying, why can't we get back to the time where females were females and men were men, where you didn't have to worry about a woman robbing you or taking your life, ending you? Now you have to worry about that. More and more women are carrying guns. They're using them for anything as far as parking space. They're quick to up the piece on you. You honk the horn at one, she's liable to reach out the window and start getting off on you with shots. It's dangerous out here. And these women went on a multi-county crime spree, robbing anything and anyone in their path. So I don't know what they thought they were going to get out of this outside of some jail time, a lot of jail time. And I think this happened somewhere down south, like Florida or something. I don't have time to look at my notes, but they don't play with you out there. They do not play. You're going away for a long time if you're one of these females who think that they can go around committing crimes, acting like they're men, and you're going to get a slap on the wrist because you're a woman. Nope. They're about to prove to you that the genders are equal like you want them to be when they give you that biblical number, the 316 or Matthew 9:15. I'm just making this up off the top of my head, but you get where I'm going with this. A sitting Oklahoma judge already facing multiple felony charges in Texas has now been indicted for allegedly riddling his brother-in-law's home with bullets in a drive-by shooting in his home state, authorities said.
A sitting Oklahoma judge finds himself on the opposite side of the bench, facing several felony gun charges, and now he's been indicted for allegedly pulling a drive-by shooting at his brother-in-law's home. Garfield County Associate Judge Brian Lavelle was charged with felony counts of discharging a firearm into a dwelling and using a vehicle to facilitate the discharge of a firearm. The charges stem from a February 2023 incident in Bison, Oklahoma. According to the indictment, Lavelle fired a gun at his brother-in-law's home, then 2 days after the shooting, reported the firearm was stolen from his vehicle. Lavelle's brother-in-law, Kenneth Marks, reported someone fired at least 5 times at his home, damaging a window, wall, and an oven. According to reports by KOFR, Marks said his son was inside the home at the time of the February shooting. Marks said the car stopped on the road, then bullets rang out.
What is the United States coming to when you have an active sitting judge out committing drive-bys like a common criminal? Now, I don't have the whole story about what it was about, but I do know that they are investigating this judge for shootings or weapons involved crimes in more than one state. I think the first one happened in Texas, the second one happened in his hometown of Oklahoma, you know, Bison, Oklahoma, if I'm not pronouncing it incorrectly. But you have a judge going around committing crimes like he's a regular street dude instead of going through the proper law channels like he would expect any other criminal to do. You know, Your Honor, I had a problem with such over here. So, he threatened me. So I went over to his house and I shot it up. No, you're going to get that gavel banged on you and you're going to go do some time. Now, I think he had the same situation. He was having a problem with his brother-in-law, went over there, shot up his house, drove off, didn't get out to see if anybody was hurt or not, and just said, I'm above the law. I'm a judge. I can get away with this. And they proved him wrong by going and arresting him and, activating some active warrants that he had in another state. So I'll keep you updated on what's going on with this story, but it's a doozy, because anytime you have a law enforcement advocate or somebody who's on the side of law enforcement, who is actual law enforcement, because a judge is a law enforcing officer, um, it's very interesting. And I want to see what happens if he gets a slap on the wrist or if he faces some actual time. But that's my show for today. I'm Epic, and this is Media Circus Online. So if you haven't already done so, go ahead, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can get my material when I drop it. And as always, I appreciate you viewing my channel and trying to help me get it off the ground. But until next time, I'm out.